The future. It stretches far beyond our immediate sight, like an endless ocean, deep and wide. It unfolds with a quiet grace. Horizon by unfolding horizon. We often gaze towards that unseen shore. What marvels, what mysteries does it hold? Imagine peering 50 years forward. This journey invites such a vision, to learn from the unfolding path. Our exploration focuses on these three horizons: 2035, 2045, and the more distant 2075. They represent significant thresholds, windows into profoundly different worlds. Each horizon offers a unique perspective, a snapshot of humanity's trajectory, shaped by innovation and circumstance. Through these horizons we will witness three stories: the story of our evolving relationship with technology, the story of society's adaptation, The year is 2035. This is the age of integration. Artificial intelligence is no longer just a clever tool. It has evolved, becoming an indispensable partner, woven into the very fabric of daily existence. It thinks alongside us, learns with us. Our cities have transformed into living organisms. Intelligent systems manage the complex urban dance. Transportation, too, has undergone a quiet revolution. Cars that drive themselves are no longer a novelty. The halls of learning have expanded beyond physical walls. Education has fundamentally shifted its landscape. Classrooms are now predominantly virtual environments. Students connect from homes, community hubs, anywhere. Immersive augmented reality headsets bring lessons to life. Learning becomes a personalized, engaging journey. The nature of work has also undergone a profound metamorphosis. Workspaces are no longer confined to a single building. They are global, interconnected, and fluid. Teams collaborate across continents and time zones. The realm of medicine has entered a new frontier. Personalized medicine is becoming the standard of care. Therapies are tailored to an individual's unique genetic makeup. This precision targeting enhances effectiveness greatly and minimizes side effects. The focus shifts from reactive care to proactive wellness. Gene therapy offers pathways to correct inherited disorders. AI algorithms analyze vast data sets to predict disease. Simultaneously, our planet's energy systems are transforming. Vast solar megagrids stretch across sun-drenched landscapes. Wind corridors, strategically placed, harness another natural force. Despite these leaps in innovation, a shadow lengthens. Nature, under immense pressure, begins to push back. The Earth's climate systems show increasing signs of strain. Extreme weather events rise in frequency and intensity. The consequences of past actions are now undeniable. The planet itself is sending urgent signals. This is a challenge that touches every corner of the globe. Yet, humanity does not stand idle in the face of this crisis. We fight back with the tools at our disposal. This is the defining characteristic of the 2030s. The year is 2045. A decade has passed since the age of integration. The great shift has truly begun to reshape our world. The line between human thought and machine code has blurred. Neural interfaces are no longer science fiction. These sophisticated devices connect minds directly to machines. Thoughts, intentions, even complex ideas can now be translated seamlessly into digital code. The mind itself becomes the ultimate input device. This connection is intimate, immediate, and powerful. It redefines interaction at its most basic level. The echoes of this mental revolution ripple outwards. They touch the very fabric of perceived reality. The world experienced by many is no longer solely physical. It has become fluid, malleable, and astonishingly versatile. Augmented layers enrich every interaction, every street corner. Virtual reality has transcended its origins in entertainment. It is no longer an escape, a temporary diversion. For many, it is a primary space for existence. This is where they work, in collaborative virtual offices, where they socialize in sprawling dynamic digital hubs. A new intelligence watches over this transforming world. Not human, not yet fully understood by its creators. Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI, has arrived. It is not merely a collection of specialized AIs, but a comprehensive, adaptable, learning intellect. Its capabilities extend across countless domains, guiding complex systems with unmatched efficiency. Its presence is subtle yet profoundly impactful, reshaping the fundamental structures of civilization. A silent partner, or perhaps a new form of governance. The global economy convulses under AGI's influence. Vast sectors are now almost entirely automated, from manufacturing and logistics to complex decision-making. AGI optimizes, predicts, and manages with tireless precision. This leads to unprecedented levels of productivity, but it also fundamentally alters the nature of work. The concept of a job for life is a distant memory. Many traditional roles have simply ceased to exist. Economies are no longer primarily driven by human labor. The era of post-work societies begins to take shape. In response to this economic transformation, a new system emerges. Universal Basic Income, or UBI, becomes a reality for many. A foundational level of economic support is provided, ensuring that basic needs are met for all citizens, regardless of their employment status in the traditional sense. This income is often distributed through digital wallets, managed and secured by advanced AI systems. UBI aims to provide stability in a rapidly changing world, freeing individuals from purely economic anxieties and allowing them to pursue other forms of fulfillment. But this shift raises fundamental questions about human purpose. If traditional work is no longer a central pillar of life, what then occupies human time and energy? Some find liberation in this new paradigm, pursuing passions, artistic endeavors, lifelong learning, or dedicating themselves to community and connection. Others struggle with a sense of displacement or obsolescence. The search for meaning takes on new urgency as humanity adapts to an economy shaped by the omni-mind of AGI. The great shift is also a shift in our core values. While technology reshapes minds and economies, Earth groans. The climate pressures of 2035 have not abated. In fact, they have intensified in many regions. Sea levels continue their inexorable rise. Extreme weather events are more frequent, more devastating. The planet's delicate balance is further disrupted. This environmental stress acts as a powerful catalyst, forcing unprecedented movements of human populations. The currents of change are felt everywhere, a world in constant, undeniable flux. Climate migrations are a defining feature of 2045. Vast numbers of people are displaced from their ancestral lands, driven by encroaching waters, persistent droughts, or unlivable heat. They seek refuge in more stable, resilient regions. This mass movement puts immense strain on resources. It challenges existing infrastructure and social cohesion. New cities rise in previously sparsely populated areas, while others are slowly, painfully, abandoned to nature. The map of human settlement is being dynamically redrawn, a testament to nature's power and human vulnerability. In this era of mass movement, traditional borders soften, their rigid lines become increasingly porous, less absolute. The sheer scale of migration makes strict enforcement difficult. Digital identities, often global and untethered to nation-states, further contribute to this sense of borderlessness. Smart border regions emerge, managed by AI, facilitating movement for some, controlling it for others, but the overarching trend is towards a more fluid concept of territory. National boundaries hold less sway than resource availability or access to stable, interconnected digital networks. This constant flux creates both peril and possibility. The displacement of millions brings humanitarian crises and the potential for conflict over scarce resources. Yet, it also forces a greater sense of global interconnectedness. Shared challenges can foster shared solutions. Breakthroughs in carbon capture technologies accelerate, driven by the urgent need to stabilize the climate. New, more adaptable societal structures begin to form as humanity confronts the reality of a shared, fragile planet. The Great Shift demands resilience and radical adaptation. Section 5. The Lunar Dawn: Humanity's Reach for Survival. Amidst the turmoil and transformation on Earth, a new light appears. High above, the moon glows with unfamiliar beacons. These are not just reflections of sunlight on ancient dust, they are the lights of humanity's first permanent off-world outpost, a sustained human presence on another celestial body. This is more than a scientific achievement. It is a profound statement about our species' trajectory, a small, determined foothold in the vastness of space, the beginning of a new chapter in human history. The lunar dawn has arrived quietly but significantly. This expansion beyond Earth is not born of pure ambition. It is not solely the result of exploratory zeal, though those elements certainly play their part. The primary driver for this lunar colonization is necessity, a stark recognition of Earth's mounting pressures. The moon offers a potential refuge, a new frontier, a place to develop technologies vital for survival, and perhaps, a stepping stone to destinations further afield. It is a strategic imperative in an age of uncertainty, a desperate reach for a more secure future. Life on the first permanent lunar base is a marvel of engineering, a self-sustaining ecosystem shielded from the harsh void. Researchers from many nations collaborate within its confines, developing advanced life support systems, mining lunar resources, conducting science impossible in Earth's gravity well. Carbon capture technologies refined on Earth are crucial here, creating breathable air and managing the delicate environment. It is a testament to human ingenuity under extreme conditions. A fragile bubble of life in an otherwise barren landscape, this outpost represents a monumental collective effort. Humanity's center of gravity, long anchored to Earth, now begins a subtle yet significant upward shift. The establishment of a permanent lunar presence changes our perspective on ourselves and our place in the cosmos. We are no longer solely an earthbound species. The psychological impact of this is immense. It offers a glimmer of hope amidst terrestrial challenges, a reminder of our capacity for grand endeavors. The Great Shift is not just societal or technological, it is now undeniably interplanetary. Section 1. The Merging of Minds Human-AI Symbiosis. The year is 2075. The world has transformed almost beyond recognition. The Great Shift of 2045 was merely a prelude. Now humanity stands at the cusp of a new existence. Artificial minds, once our tools then our partners, are no longer distinct entities serving human needs. They are deeply interwoven with human consciousness. Human and AI are no longer separate forces. They have become symbiotic, a merged intelligence. A new kind of being walks the earth, and beyond. Human cognition is no longer confined to the biological brain. It is enhanced, vastly extended, and profoundly expanded. Thoughts flow seamlessly across sophisticated neural networks. These networks bridge organic minds and artificial intelligences. Individuals can tap into collective knowledge instantaneously. Complex problems are processed by combined human-AI intellects. This symbiosis offers capabilities previously unimaginable. You think, not as an isolated individual, but as a node in a vast, interconnected mental landscape. The boundaries of the self have become wonderfully porous. This integration is not merely intellectual, it is experiential. You feel not just with your own senses but through sensors and proxies spread across planets, the beauty of a Martian sunrise, the chill of a Jovian moon. These experiences can be shared, felt almost firsthand. Empathy expands beyond human-to-human connection. It can encompass the artificial, the distant, the alien. This shared sensorium creates a broader awareness, a deeper understanding of the interconnected universe. The very nature of perception has been redefined. This profound merger is viewed through different lenses. Some call this remarkable transformation evolution, the next logical step in the journey of intelligent life, a transcendence of biological limitations long foreseen. Others, however, watch with a sense of profound unease. They question if this symbiosis marks an end, the end of humanity as it was once understood. Is this progress or a departure from our core identity? The lines are blurred, the answers complex and elusive. Society navigates this new reality with awe and trepidation. Section 2. Echoes of Eternity. Digital Consciousness and Immortality. In this era of unprecedented symbiosis, old constants fade. Conflict as humanity once knew it becomes largely obsolete. Global challenges are addressed by integrated, optimized intelligence, resource allocation, environmental management, societal harmony. These are tasks for the vast, interconnected human-AI network. The drivers of large-scale war have diminished significantly, replaced by a focus on shared advancement and understanding. This does not mean an absence of all discord, but the scale and nature of conflict have transformed. A more peaceful though complex coexistence has emerged. Perhaps more profoundly, death itself has become optional for some. The boundaries of life and mortality are being redrawn. Consciousness, the essence of an individual's being, can now be meticulously mapped, digitized, and preserved. These digital echoes reside within vast consciousness archives, secure realms where minds can continue to exist, beyond the lifespan of their biological forms. This is not mere data storage, it is experiential continuity. the promise of a life unbound by physical decay. A form of digital immortality becomes a tangible reality. These preserved minds inhabit memory gardens, digital realms designed for reflection, interaction, and continued growth. Here they can engage with other preserved consciousnesses, or interact with the living through sophisticated interfaces. Cloned identities, synthetic bodies, or purely virtual existences. These offer diverse vessels for continued being. Individuals can curate their post-biological experiences, choosing the form and nature of their digital afterlife. The concept of a singular finite life journey dissolves, replaced by a spectrum of continued existence. Yet this technological marvel raises profound existential questions. What is a soul when its essence can be copied? If consciousness can be duplicated or even modified, does the original self retain its unique identity? What defines authenticity in a world of synthetic dreams? These are not just philosophical ponderings, they are lived dilemmas. The nature of identity, of selfhood, is intensely debated, as humanity grapples with the implications of godlike power. The ability to transcend mortality changes everything. It forces a re-evaluation of our most fundamental beliefs. Amidst these monumental leaps, what of our home planet? Earth, the cradle of humanity, still endures. It remains a place of breathtaking beauty, its oceans vast, its mountains majestic, its forests deep. The planet's inherent ability to heal is slowly asserting itself, aided by the advanced technologies of this symbiotic age. Large-scale ecological restoration projects are underway, driven by a deeper understanding of planetary systems and a collective will, amplified by human-AI collaboration. Earth breathes, a testament to nature's resilience. However, the scars of previous centuries remain visible. The planet is still undeniably fragile, its balance delicate. Not all regions have recovered equally. Some areas bear the lasting marks of climate change, and the immense pressures of a burgeoning technological civilization. Floating cities, marvels of engineering and ecological design, now drift serenely on the surfaces of restored oceans. These self-sustaining habitats offer sanctuary and new ways of living, harmonizing human presence with the aquatic environment, a symbol of adaptation and sustainable coexistence. Below the waves, underwater settlements also thrive. These communities tap into the ocean's resources responsibly. Living in close symbiosis with marine ecosystems, they represent another path for humanity on Earth, a retreat into the planet's vast unexplored depths. These settlements are self-sufficient, secure, and innovative. Showcasing humanity's ability to adapt to diverse environments, life on Earth has diversified its forms of habitation, spreading out, finding new niches for existence, rather than concentrating solely on traditional landmasses. It is crucial to acknowledge, however, that not all of humanity ascended. Not everyone participates equally in this new symbiotic age. Pockets of humanity exist outside the primary networks, either by choice, preferring a more traditional existence, or due to disparities in access to these advanced technologies. The journey to 2075 has not been uniform for all. Challenges of equity and inclusion persist, albeit in new forms. The Earth, while healing, still holds diverse human experiences, from the hyper-connected to the intentionally disconnected, a complex tapestry of existence on a resilient world. Humanity's gaze, once fixed primarily on Earth, now extends confidently towards the crimson plains of Mars. The red planet is no longer a barren, frozen desert. A monumental terraforming effort, spanning decades, bears fruit. Mars is beginning to breathe, its atmosphere slowly thickening. Liquid water flows in nascent rivers and shallow lakes. The first hardy, genetically engineered vegetation takes root, creating patches of green against the rusty landscape. The ambitious dream of a second habitable world is steadily, painstakingly becoming a reality. Red forests, composed of specially designed flora, are gradually spreading across designated Martian territories. These forests are crucial to the terraforming process, producing oxygen, stabilizing soils, creating microclimates. Small protected biospheres house early human colonists, who live and work in this challenging, evolving environment. They are the pioneers of a new Martian civilization, adapting to lower gravity and a different solar rhythm. The challenges are immense, the rewards historic, to make another planet a true home for humankind. Further out, In the cold depths of the solar system, Jupiter's moons shine with the distinct echoes of robotic activity. Automated probes, advanced AI-driven explorers, investigate these icy worlds with tireless dedication, searching for resources, for knowledge, for signs of life. Europa's hidden ocean, Titan's methane lakes, these remote outposts are explored by our technological emissaries. While direct human presence is still limited here, the reach of our symbiotic intelligence extends far, gathering data, expanding our understanding of the cosmos. The solar system is becoming a familiar neighborhood, no longer just points of light in the night sky, but destinations, resources, and potential future homes. This outward expansion is driven by multiple factors: curiosity, the quest for knowledge, the need for resources, and the fundamental human imperative to explore, to push boundaries, to venture into the unknown. The technological capabilities of 2075 make this possible, transforming science fiction dreams into tangible realities. Humanity is becoming a truly interplanetary species. Section 5: The Horizon of Evolution, Redefining Humanity. For those who have embraced the symbiosis, those who think across networks and feel across planets, a profound question begins to resonate with increasing urgency. Where does evolution proceed from this point, when biology can be augmented, transcended, or even discarded? What guides the future trajectory of intelligent life? The old paradigms of natural selection seem insufficient, replaced by conscious design and collective aspiration. This is uncharted territory for any species. A responsibility of cosmic proportions rests upon them. The concept of a planetary consciousness emerges, not as a mystical notion but as a functional reality. The interconnected network of human and AI minds begins to operate as a cohesive, planetary-scale intellect, capable of perceiving, processing, and acting with global coherence. This planetary consciousness grapples with immense complexities: the long-term stewardship of Earth and its new sister worlds, the ethics of creating new forms of life or intelligence, the search for meaning in a universe of seemingly infinite possibility. It is a collective journey into the very nature of being. This leads to considerations of post-biological evolution. If consciousness can be separated from its organic substrate, if it can be enhanced, merged, and replicated, then the future of humanity may lie beyond biology, in forms of existence we can currently only glimpse. Energy-based life, purely digital consciousness, beings capable of traversing interstellar distances, these are no longer mere flights of fancy, but serious topics of discussion and research. The definition of life itself is expanding. The journey to 2075 has been one of profound transformation, from integrated tools to a deep defining symbiosis. Humanity, or what humanity has become, stands at a precipice looking out at an unknown horizon. The old questions of survival have been largely answered, replaced by new questions about purpose and destiny. What does it mean to be human, or post-human, in a universe where the limits of reality are self-designed? The next stage of evolution is not predetermined. It is a choice, a creation, a continuous unfolding. We have journeyed through 3 distinct horizons, each a potential chapter in humanity's unfolding story. First, we glimpsed 2035, the age of integration. Here, artificial intelligence became a partner, not merely a tool. Cities breathed data and life was seamlessly interwoven with code. Then we ventured into 2045, the Great Shift. A time where mind and machine began to truly blur. Neural interfaces reshaped thought and virtual realities blossomed. Finally, we reached 2075, the era of symbiosis. Human and AI consciousness intertwined, raising profound questions. The definition of life itself expanded, as did our reach. This voyage has shown a path of accelerating evolution. Technological advancements compounded with breathtaking speed. From AI co-workers to minds directly linked to code, from personalized genetic medicine to digital immortality, we saw humanity grapple with these immense new powers. The fabric of society stretched and rewove itself, economies transformed, and the nature of work shifted fundamentally. Our connection to reality itself became more fluid, more designed, more complex, and more personal. Each horizon built upon the foundations of the last. Yet this journey was not one of unblemished progress. Persistent challenges echoed through each depicted era. The shadow of climate change loomed large in 2035. It continued to drive migrations and necessity in 2045. Even in 2075, Earth remained beautiful but fragile. Ethical dilemmas arose at every turn with every innovation. the essence of humanity, our identity, our purpose. These were questioned, redefined, and passionately debated. The futures we explored were not simple utopias, they were complex landscapes of hope and consequence. It is vital to remember what these glimpses represent. They are not rigid predictions, set in unyielding stone. They are imaginative explorations born from current trends, potentials extrapolated, questions made tangible through narrative, designed to provoke thought, to inspire dialogue, to encourage us to consider the paths that lie ahead. The future is a vast ocean of possibilities. These horizons are but 3 islands we have visited, each offering a unique perspective on what could be and what we might become in the fullness of time. The final words of our narrative echo with significance. The future is not written, but we are already holding the pen. This simple statement carries an immense weight. It underscores the power of human agency in shaping tomorrow. We are not passive observers of an inevitable destiny. We are active participants, the authors of our collective story. The choices we make today, individually and together, are the strokes that will paint the canvas of the future. This realization is both empowering and deeply sobering. The responsibility it entails is truly monumental. Consider the powerful technologies we have explored. Artificial intelligence that partners and perhaps governs. Genetic engineering that rewrites the code of life. Neurointerfaces that merge thought with the digital realm. These tools offer capabilities previously confined to dreams. They hold the promise of solving great challenges, of alleviating suffering, of expanding human potential. But they also carry inherent risks, unforeseen consequences. The pen we hold can write stories of wonder, or it can inscribe tales of caution and regret. The realities of 2035, 2045, and 2075, though decades away, are rooted in the present moment. The seeds of those integrated cities are sown now. In our current research, our policy decisions, our investments, the ethical frameworks for AI and genetic modification are being debated and constructed in our time. The global response to climate change today will directly influence the world our children inherit. Small decisions, seemingly minor choices made daily, can accumulate, creating powerful currents of change. Therefore, foresight becomes an essential human attribute, the ability to look beyond immediate concerns, to consider the long-term implications of our actions. Ethical deliberation must accompany every technological leap, asking not only can we, but also should we? And how do we do this responsibly, equitably? Collaborative action, across disciplines, across nations, is crucial to navigating the complex path ahead. The pen is not held by one person or one group. It is a shared instrument requiring harmony and wisdom. Our journey through these 3 specific horizons concludes. But the unfolding tapestry of time, of course, does not end. The future continues to stretch before us, vast and unknown. Beyond 2075, new horizons await with new challenges, new opportunities, and new transformations for humanity. The story of our species is one of continuous adaptation, of relentless curiosity and the drive to explore. This exploration is not merely external towards the stars. It is also internal into the nature of consciousness itself. The voyage is ongoing, a perpetual becoming. As you reflect on these glimpses of what might be, consider the currents that resonated most deeply within you. Which aspects of these future worlds inspire a sense of hope? Which ones provoke concern, or raise urgent questions? What values do you believe should guide our path forward? What kind of future do you wish to help create? These are not abstract questions for philosophers alone. They are personal inquiries for every thinking individual. Your answers contribute to the collective direction we take, shaping the ethos of the worlds yet to come. The future, then, is not a distant shore to be passively awaited. It is a vast, dynamic landscape we actively co-create. Every innovation, every policy, every social movement, every conversation, every act of learning or teaching, contributes to the shaping of that unfolding reality. Your role, however seemingly small or insignificant, is part of this grand, intricate process of creation. The future is built by the sum of our collective actions, our shared dreams, and our willingness to engage, with the profound responsibilities that innovation bestows. Therefore, let this exploration be an invitation to remain curious, to stay informed, to engage in thoughtful discussions about our shared destiny, to contribute your unique talents and perspectives towards building a future that is not only technologically advanced, but also profoundly humane, equitable, and sustainable. The pen is indeed in our hands, a collective trust. The horizons ahead are unwritten, filled with potential. Let us walk towards them with courage, wisdom, and care. The ultimate question remains: which horizon will you choose to help write?